Hey guys, how's it going? This is Khan, Mr. So Real, and welcome to another episode of Good or Garbage, the #1 place where you can find out what weapons, blueprints, mods, attachments, and all that stuff is being sold in the Dark Zone and in the vendors for the Division. Now, this week, I have to admit, is probably one of the most poop-tastical vendor resets that I have done in a very long time. So definitely you will want to go into the description or into the comments and check out the timestamps and see what weapons are slightly recommended and some not so recommended. There are some decent weapons that are being sold with some pretty good base damage, but they may or may not fit your build. So definitely go and check that out. And if you do enjoy the video, please remember to hit a like. It does help the videos get into circulation a little bit better, and it does help out the channel. So thank you guys for all of the support. Appreciate you coming every week to check out Good or Garbage, and I look forward to hearing what you guys pick up, what you like, and what you didn't like. Alright, starting off this week at the special blueprint vendor. Again, this is probably going to be my last week that I'll be covering the special blueprint vendor, as I cannot see all of the things that are being sold. So if you guys do see something here at the special blueprint vendor that I do not see, please leave a comment in the comment section and let everyone know what is being sold. Right now I can see the snub nose rhino blueprint, the electronics mask, the stamina mask, and that is about it for the 256 stuff. So I'm pretty sure there's some more stuff being sold, and more than likely I already picked it up. So please leave a comment and let everyone know. And again, this will be the last time that I'll be covering the special blueprint vendor. Next week we'll just start with the special equipment vendor. All right, so thank you guys for doing that, and let's get started. Alright, at the special equipment vendor, we have the Centurion for sale. We have the PAKHAN. Now, the PAKHAN is a LMG that I don't often recommend, but this one does have 14% damage to targets out of cover. The base damage, as I checked, is in the upper 94 percentile for base damage. So you're not really going to get too much better than this. You may, but it will be very difficult. It does come with Unforgiving, Ferocious, and PAKHAN. This is really geared towards a PvE build, so you may not want to take this in a PvP, but for a PvE build this could work out really well. Now the Liberator, on the other hand, is not that great. The Historian and the Cassidy, not really huge fans of for this week, although the Cassidy does come with Adept, Fierce, and Boomstick. Now moving on, the X45 actually is a little surprise gem that is being sold, and it made it into my top picks for this week because it has Coolheaded, which performing headshots will reduce your skill cooldown by 5%, and who doesn't love their skills? And then plus the base damage on this is in the upper 95 percentile, so this is pretty much as close to as high a damage model as you're going to get for this kind of pistol. So you may want to think about buying one, picking one up, and using it, and if you like it, then go ahead and stick with it. If not, then you can always just say you have a really good Cool-Headed pistol on your hip. Then we have the enhanced PP19. We have an LVOAC with pretty abysmal, well, it's not abysmal, but pretty bad base damage. It does come with brutal, predatory, and capable, but I would say that the base damage is not that great. Last week, some people left some comments about I believe it was a police M4 being sold in DZ3, and they were getting all hype about it, but really the base damage was not that great, which is why I didn't recommend it. Generally I go through every last single one of these weapons and items, guys, and I do appreciate the support. But if there is a weapon that I may have missed, I will definitely look into it, and I will tweet about it if I do miss it, so remember to follow me on Twitter. But if it is straight garbage, you probably won't hear about it from me. But you know, I'll keep an open mind and I'll check stuff out. If there's something I missed, please do let me know. But yeah, that police M4 last week was straight trash. I hope you guys didn't buy that. So moving on, the Marine Super 90 is being sold. The SOCOM M1A. We have an M245B. None of these weapons really stand out as anything amazing. Moving on to the mask, the only thing worth talking about is the Banshee mask. The armor on it is pretty nice at 967. The stamina will need to be re-rolled. 7% enemy armor damage and 15% burn, not too bad. Moving on to the chest, the rapid chest piece is not too bad. The armor is at 1970. The electronics is at 1143. You will have to do something about that. The major attributes: 5% enemy armor damage, 9% skill haste, and then 27% increased kill XP. The rest of these things, while some of them seem okay, the armor rolls on them are just a little bit too low for me to really want to recommend. Some of them do have nice talents. If you are desperate for these things like the Nomad vest and the Firecrest chest, or maybe even the Reclaimer vest, you can check them out. But for the Phoenix credits and for the fact that the armor, which pretty much acts as health, is not the best, I would say you may want to pass on those. The same thing going with the bag. This Relentless bag, the armor is not that great, plus it comes with stability. Striker bag, the armor on it is reasonable, but still it comes with stability. If you're running a stability build, then this could work out for you, especially with two-piece striker giving you extra stability. If that is working for your build or something you're looking for, then you can go for that, but I know a majority of people are not, so yeah, we'll just keep it moving. The knee pads, again, this is a very niche thing, although the minor attributes are very good for PvP with shock and burn. All resist is kind of where it falls apart, but the armor on it is not too bad. If you are looking for something like that, definitely go for it. Lone Star, we can't talk about that since there are classified versions. Rest of this, the holsters, I would say look at the Predator's Mark holster if you are looking for a holster. The armor is not too bad. The stamina on it is amazing. The Firearms is not great, but you can work with it. And then the electronics is straight trash. You'll have to do something about that. So if you don't mind crit hit chance on your holster, then this could work out pretty well for you. In terms of the gloves, I don't really recommend too many of these. There is a prototype Firearms mod with 259 firearms, 3% skill haste, which isn't too bad, but it will cost you Phoenix credits. The extended magazine, I did want to quickly talk about this. This may look really nice, but the problem is it comes with reload speed, and the majority of people want either rate of fire or critical hit damage. Now the reload speed will tell you that your DPS is insanely high or higher than it would be otherwise, and that's because of reload speed. Don't fall for that trap. Anytime you see something that gives you a buff to reload speed, it's going to tell you that your DPS is much higher. The reality is it's just the number because of how long it would take for you to start firing again. Reload speed is not bad, but like again, as I said, the majority of people are looking for rate of fire or critical hit damage, and that's something to keep in mind. So you may want to stay away from this unless you might be using a shotgun or a slower reloading LMG. Then maybe that could work out for you, but most cases for ARs and stuff like that, you might want to stay away. Now the loud vent break, the crit hit damage is only at 17. It does come with some stability and some headshot, so not too bad, but if you're looking for crit hit chance, it is not there. The undergrip, crit damage, reload, and stability, not too bad. I'd like to see a little bit more on that undergrip, but it is what it is. And if you are looking for a stability scope, then you can get this one, 13.5. Crit hit chance is good, headshot damage not bad, and that will do it for the special equipment vendor. The advanced weaponry vendor, for the majority of the weapons, there isn't really anything amazing. I'll scroll through these. The MP5 ST, the base damage on this is horrible. The military G36, the base damage may look a bit tempting, but actually it is mediocre. It's probably about in the middle of the road, somewhere around the 50th percentile. It does come with Adept and Swift, so just, yeah, don't fall for that trap. The black market sausage, the talents on it are not really all that great. The M1A, the headshot damage is not that great, and not a real fan of the talents with that as well. The military M60, the base damage on this again is not that great. It does come with deadly, dominant, and fierce. The rest of the mods, not a huge fan of any of these in particular, except for the Pro Red Dot site. This is a pretty good site. I would recommend you pick one up if you do not have one and you are looking for some crit damage. The only other thing worth recommending if you don't have it would be an Omega rifle suppressor for the headshot damage if you're looking for something like that. Plus it comes with reduced threat. There are better versions of this. There were god rolls of this with much higher headshot, slightly higher headshot damage, crit chance and crit damage. But if you don't have any of those and you are looking for some headshot damage, then this could help you out. All right, over in the meat locker, there is a weapon that I'm not really recommending, but if you don't have anything better, you may want to check it out. There is a lightweight M4, 23% enemy armor damage. It comes with Ferocious, it comes with Competent, and it comes with Unforgiving in the third slot. Unforgiving in the third is not bad. It's actually pretty good, which means you don't really have to spec into health at all, but you will have to do something with Ferocious if you do decide to do that. Now, the reason why I'm not heavily recommending this is because of the base damage. The base damage is, I would say, probably about 1,000 off of max, maybe. The one that I usually rock is 25.6 with this character. Yours will be different depending on your firearms. My firearms for this character, if you look up under the primary, the DPS number is 8,127. So if yours is not at that number and you don't have the same buffs as me, you won't have the same base damage. But in the calculator for weapons, this is under, the one that's being sold is under 50% of the maximum base damage, which is why I don't really recommend it. And that 1,000, you know, that 1k of damage is still 1k of damage, so just keep that in mind. We'll keep an eye out for something better, but if you don't have anything better and you're looking for an okay weapon, the lightweight M4 is still a good weapon, and the talents on it aren't bad, so do check it out if you need it. But if you do have a decent weapon, you may want to steer clear of this. At the last call, there is an AUG being sold with base damage in the 93 percentile of range for this type of weapon. Crit hit chance 21%, which isn't bad. The talents, on the other hand, for this weapon are a bit questionable: Swift, Skilled, and Adept. Now, Adept, I don't really think a lot of people need for an SMG, but it will get you really high up there if you are looking to have that stacked. Skilled, with headshot kills giving this weapon increased signature skill resource by 5%, is pretty good. You will have to have a hefty amount of electronics to get that. And then Swift, giving you reload speed. I would like to see Deadly on this thing to really make it shine. So if you are going to re-roll this or pick one up and try it out, you may want to put Deadly on this. Hopefully you'll have enough electronics for Skilled. And yeah, if you do pick it up and you'd like it, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Over in Southpaw, if you just like running around with a pistol just for fun, there is a pair of Decisive gloves. The armor on it isn't too bad at 961. The electronics is pretty poor at 1117, but it does come with Decisive headshots with a sidearm, give you 35% more damage. Then it comes with shotgun damage at 1216 and the pistol damage at 2592. Now pistol damage on gloves go up to 2668. So this is pretty close to the max, and then you also get 9% skill haste. So if you like running around with the pistol just dropping stuff, or if you're trying to get that challenge of clearing, I forget which incursion it was, with a pistol, then yeah, this could help you out. But if you're not interested in this at all, then let's just keep it moving. In West 42nd Street, for you mad scientists out there waiting for 1.8, there is a stamina mod with 265 stam on it and 4% signature ability resource gain. So the way that I'm looking at this, I'm pretty sure there are going to be some people who are going to find a very good use for this and stacking this to get their supers up really fast, especially stacking a whole bunch of these plus some weapons with some signature resource ability gains in the weapons. For you mad scientists out there playing with your builds and ready to tinker around with some stuff for 1.8, this could be pretty interesting and funny to use. Pretty sure that somebody will come up with something crazy for this. So if you are looking to play around or do something different, or make some crazy build, then here you go. So give you a whole lot of stam, and more than likely if you stack it right, it'll give you a whole lot of your super back. In DZ2, there really isn't a lot to see here. The only thing slightly worth talking about would be the Vigorous chest piece. The armor on it isn't too bad at 1973. It does come with Vigorous. The electronics roll on it isn't horrible at 1257. I would like it over 1260, but it's close enough to talk about. It does come with 4% all resist. Because the electronics isn't too bad, you can probably roll that off and maybe get health on that. 7% skill haste. The skill haste does go up to 9, so that is a little bit of a bummer, and the ammo capacity is at 47, which is a little bit low on the spectrum. The only other thing outside of that kind of worth talking about would be the knee pads. That's just because the armor roll on it is so nice, and it's at 1639. Does come with Accomplish, 3.5% enemy armor damage, comes with Blind, Deaf, and Disorient, both at 33%, and Burn Resistance at 28. Not really ideal. You would like to have some shock in there, but it's a slow week this week. It looks like there's a lot of garbage and not too much good. So let's see if there's anything else in the Dark Zone, and hopefully we'll find some God roll stuff, but right now it's looking pretty bad. In DZ4, there is a prototype Firearms mod with 264 firearms and 2.5% exotic damage resilience. I'm kind of predicting that at 1.8 you are going to see the return of sticky bombs and stuff like that, and people are going to have more health, so you can expect to see probably some more electronic based builds with sticky bombs and rolly balls and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure that stuff is going to be coming, and then when Tacticians Classified is going to come, you'll definitely see that. So definitely be on the lookout for some exotic damage resilience in the future. And also there is a prototype performance mod with 5.5 first aid self heal. So if you are running solo, or if you do need to heal yourself, this could be a very invaluable tool to have in your kit. In DZ6, starting off, we have a Striker's Mask. Don't really recommend this one just because health on kill at 4%, plus a pretty mediocre firearms roll, plus the armor could be a tad bit better. I say you can probably find something better for your build, but if you are desperate, you may want to pick that up. Now moving on, the AlphaBridge chest piece, pretty good armor. Stamina roll on it is not ideal, 1240, but the health on it is pretty nice at 16,268. And then remember that chest piece, the maximum health you get is 16,674. So this isn't too bad at all. Plus it comes with 4% health on kill and 25% increase kill XP. Now the the Fire Crest bag is not too bad. The armor on it could be a little bit better. It's at 1300. Plus you get 1166 firearms, which does need to be re-rolled, and the skill power is respectable at 12,680. Now the bag's skill power get up to 13,339. Now while it is respectable, it is not ideal or super great, but if you do need something like this for your Firecrest builds, you can always go ahead and try it out. The rest of this stuff I'm not a huge fan of, especially this AlphaBridge holster. The armor on it is nice, but the other rolls are just kind of crap. The health roll on it for a holster is not bad. Holsters usually run with health maxed out at 8,337. The Banshee gloves, nah, definite pass on these. Hopefully there'll be something else better in the upper DZ. If not, this might be a wrap. In DZ8, while I'm not overly excited about any of this stuff, there's a couple things we should just kind of mention. The Striker's Mask is pretty much poo-poo. I would pass on this. The AlphaBridge chest, this one is a bit different from the one in DZ6. This one has, I believe, slightly less armor, a little bit less armor, but this one comes with 8% skill haste, and the stamina is maxed out. It is at 1272. Now the exotic damage resilience is at 9.5, so if you want to do something about either that or skill haste, depending on your build, you definitely can do so. With 1.8 coming and stamina making a comeback, this might not be a bad AlphaBridge chest piece for the future. Right now it's kind of suspect, so you may want to just hide it somewhere in your stash. The Nomad backpack, while the armor does need work and it does come with stability, I would say this is definite poo-poo. The tactician's knees are not horrible. The armor on it could be a little bit better. It's at 1597. The electronics roll again could be better, 1243. All resist, definite no, and 13% damage to elites, 29% burn, and 30% disorient. I would say only pick this up if you are desperate for a pair of tactician's knees. Otherwise, I would say wait for something better. The Fire Crest holster, while the base stats on everything is a little bit subpar, it does come with 6% skill haste, and the armor on it I would say is not actually that great. This is probably in the boo-boo bin. Then we have the Deadeye gloves, and this is just garbage. Leave it alone, it's garbage. Alright guys, that is it for this week's good or garbage. There was probably a lot more garbage than there was good this week. I don't know what it was about the vendors. They were selling a lot of LMGs and they were selling quite a few shotguns. Not really sure what was going on. I saw a lot of items that were kind of like, almost seemed like duplicates. I had to double check if I was going to the same places twice or not, but there was a lot of that going on, and I think something must be going on with their little randomly generated algorithm, because it was a lot of the same garbage. I really don't understand it. But yeah, that is gonna do it for this week. Thank you guys always for all of the support. I really do appreciate it. I know there are lots of other videos of vendor resets, and if you guys choose to come here every week, then that really does make me happy, and I am happy to do what I can for you guys. Now, as a little side note, Titanfall 2 is on sale on the PlayStation Network, the PSN store, for $12. If you don't have Titanfall 2 and you like shooters, you definitely do owe it to yourself to go pick that game up for $12. It's a good game. It's a really good game, and you should go and check it out. Other than that, I've been playing a bit of Destiny 2. I know some people don't like Destiny 2. No love, I'm looking at you. But it is a pretty fun game, and if you do like Destiny 2, go ahead and check out my live streams. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what platform you play on. And that is pretty much gonna do it. I'm thinking about making some videos on this 1.8 patch that's coming up. I've had some conversations with people on Discord and other places, and I'm not all that excited about some of the changes that are coming. You guys let me know what you think about 1.8 patch that's coming up and Rogue 2.0.